Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the Workforce Development Board of South Central Wisconsin's annual celebration. My name is Seth Lentz. I'm the Executive Director for the Workforce Development Board of South Central Wisconsin. I would like to welcome all of our partners, customers, and stakeholders. It's great to see so many of you joining us today. The Workforce Development Board has continued its commitment to our region's workers, businesses, and communities for 37 years. Over the years, our work has impacted thousands of people through quality workforce programs, services, and initiatives. We focus on helping under-resourced and underrepresented populations, those entering and re-entering the workforce, and those looking to retool and upskill themselves to advance in their careers. We also engage with our businesses to prepare for expansions and weather contractions, all while maintaining a focus on redirecting and retaining our region's talent. But we can never accomplish all this work alone. It takes partners. Collaboration and partnership are and will continue to be core principles for our organization. 2020 has been an extraordinary year. It's tested every single one of us in ways we didn't imagine. Through the power of our partnerships, we have continued to push past barriers, focus on innovating ways to engage and support individuals and businesses in need of our services and resources. I'd like to thank each and every one of you on behalf of the Workforce Development Board team for your passion, dedication, and support during these unprecedented times. And together, we will persevere. In years past, our annual celebration has been an opportunity for us to pause and celebrate a few of our collaboration efforts and successes. It's a chance to spend some time socializing and networking, enjoying a thought-provoking presentation, and recognizing some amazing individuals for their efforts and accomplishments. Oh, and I can't forget the food. We usually have some good food as well. While we know the old saying generally rings true, if you feed them, they will come. Here you are still joining us today, even without food. We take that as a testament that you must be our true friends and partners, and we appreciate it. I believe I can speak on behalf of the entire team when I say we missed that part of our event the most this year. And we look forward to being able to break bread with you in the near future and celebrate new accomplishments and successes. Again, on behalf of the Workforce Development Board and staff, please know how humbled, appreciative, and excited we are that you've joined us for today's celebration, and thank you. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce Laura Cataldo. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting her, Laura is a senior manager for Baker Tilly and the chair of the Workforce Development Board. Laura, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Seth. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 37th annual celebration of the Workforce Development Board of South Central Wisconsin. I'm Laura Cataldo, chair of the board. What a challenging year this has been for everyone. Never in our lifetimes have we experienced the challenges faced both personally and professionally from the COVID-19 pandemic. Concern over the health and well-being for friends and family, economic uncertainty, and pandemic fatigue have become a reality for many of us. While it is hard to not mourn the loss of personal freedom to go to school or to work, attend a Badgers game, or celebrate life milestones with friends and family, we are developing resilience and agility that are critical life skills for us all. Each year we look forward to this opportunity to share and highlight the key investments and partnerships of the past year and reflect on the success of our customers, businesses, and communities. We know this year looks very different, but the important work that we do together hasn't wavered. We thank each of you for your commitment and dedication during these challenging times. This year's theme is the power of perseverance. Our dreams are fueled with purpose, with meaning and focus. But dreams aren't without obstacles and hardships along the way. Perseverance means continuing to do something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. It's the power of perseverance, that patience, persistence, and hard work that helps us hold on and push towards a better future, even when times are hard. As Seth mentioned, this year has proven to be anything but ordinary, with some of our greatest challenges to date. But the year has also brought forth opportunity for partnership and innovation. There is no shortage of work ahead of us, but today we wanted to pause and take a moment to acknowledge the great work that we have accomplished together. We are very blessed to have a talented and dedicated staff at the Workforce Board, and under Seth's leadership this year, they have continued to build the collaboration necessary to help move our talent, industries, and communities forward. As we look forward into 2021 with a sense of uncertainty, the one thing that I am confident about is our ability to continue to move workforce initiatives forward for South Central Wisconsin. Today, we're honored to share with you real-life stories of perseverance. The individuals that you'll meet today chose to keep going regardless of the challenges that crossed their path. They've shown self-awareness, dedication, and focus in reaching their goals. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to these exemplary individuals who have demonstrated perseverance. They are the recipients of this year's Aspire Award and Champions in Action Award. The Workforce Development Board's Aspire Award dates back to 2002, honoring those individuals who rise above challenges as they reach for their career dreams. Through the years, the award has become an important part of the region's workforce system, with more than 50 individuals honored across South Central Wisconsin. The Aspire Award honors individuals for their motivation and the perseverance needed to overcome personal and professional obstacles to reach their workforce and career goals. The winners of the award are determined from candidates nominated by their career planners. And these nominations include stories of resilience and achievements as members of the regional workforce system. I have the great honor of announcing the 5 recipients of the 2020 Aspire Awards. Jacob Jones. When Jacob graduated from the Windows to Work program, he wanted to find full-time employment, an apartment, and a vehicle. Jacob works tirelessly and persisted through all the challenges. He's now in his own apartment, steadily employed as a Lyft operator, and obtained his driver's license and a vehicle. Amy Seafray. In order to return to school to study respiratory therapy, Amy worked the night shift and took classes to get to campus. To help balance work and school, WorkSmart assisted her in finding an on-campus job. The program also supported Amy with tuition assistance to complete her education with less debt and career counseling to prepare her for the workforce. Amy graduated with honors from Madison College and received top scores on her national board exams. She was hired full-time at Froedtert Hospital and remains busily employed as a respiratory therapist during the pandemic. Dee Dee Randall. Dee Dee connected with Independent Living Program in 2018 for career and housing assistance. With additional support from the WorkSmart network, she enrolled at Madison College, purchased a laptop, and obtained full-time employment with Reach Dane. Currently, Dee Dee's pursuing her associate's degree in human services. She dreams of helping others who experience struggles similar to her own. She is active on the Youth Advisory Council, where she shares her experiences to help improve the foster care system. Manuel Romero. Manuel is a first-generation college student. He connected with WorkSmart and the out-of-school youth program for tuition assistance and support navigating the college system. He's made the Dean's List at Madison College twice while balancing work at Quick Trip. Manuel plans to continue his educational pursuits at the College of Business and Economics at UW-Whitewater. And Amanda McCluskey. Amanda thought she'd be stuck in the restaurant industry forever. She knew she had customer service skills, but wasn't sure she was qualified to transfer to other industries. Amanda completed the Microsoft Office Suite Essentials Academy at Madison College. And less than 1 month after graduation, Amanda was hired by Seats Incorporated as a customer service representative and was recently promoted to sales technician. Let's take a moment to look back on some of our collaborations and contributions over the past year. Here, you'll also put faces to the names of our awardees and hear more about their achievements as part of our workforce system and programs.
Hi, I'm Dee Dee, and I'm currently working full-time as a teacher assistant, and I'm a future esthetician.
Hi, my name is Jacob Jones. I was in the Windows to Work program.
My name is Amanda McCluskey, and I currently work at Seats Incorporated in Reedsburg, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Manuel Romero, and I work with WorkSmart.
I'm Amy Seafray, and I participated in the WorkSmart program through Madison Area Technical College, which helped me complete my degree in respiratory therapy.
Working, long hours and weekends and having no benefits to show for it just really took a toll on myself and my family. So I wanted to turn my job into a career.
I connected with Independent Living in WIOLA to have that support and connection. Like, for example, in YAC, it's a great group to connect with others.
Certainly the financial support was amazing, right? Because I went through a lot of hurdles to go back to school and to be able to graduate in the 5 years that it took. And they were amazing in highlighting the things that they would be able to offer, that I would be able to make happen if I did my part. And then finally, just the absolute unwavering emotional support that I got all of the time. I mean, the best for last, that was key.
During challenges, what I found that motivates me is to remind myself not to give up, and it's okay to take a break and go back to it later.
I think it was just like being the first in my family to like potentially graduate college, and also being the first to potentially work for like a big company.
So it's a huge hospital. We are a great team, and I really feel like the hospital is behind me and behind us all as hospital workers to be able to provide the kind of care that we do. And I just feel fortunate every day to be part of this big unit that's doing its part, I guess. So.
My goals right now are just to try to move up in the company, do the best I can, train others with safety in the warehouse, and be a supervisor, and just be a good uncle, family member.
I say like don't be afraid of starting something that you always wish to do. It's better to start now than later. You'll really like it after you've been done with the program.
It's just taking the chance and doing the program. Get the best out of the Windows to Work program. Keep pushing towards your goals.
I will encourage everyone to get involved with these programs because it's a great support system, and also it's a great way to get you started and at a clean slate.
Yeah, everybody there was just so helpful, and they helped me just see my true potential and get the career that I really wanted.
Well, these individuals have truly inspired and accomplished so much this past year. And this year we have a special treat for you. We've invited our award recipients to join us for a panel discussion on the power of perseverance. Welcome, Amy, Dee Dee, Manuel, and Amanda. Unfortunately, Jacob was not able to join us, but we're so glad to have you all here. I so wish we could be in person and sitting at a table enjoying lunch and conversation with you, but thank you. Can you all hear me okay? I'm seeing you nod, so I'm guessing yes. Dee Dee and Manuel, I don't see you. Can you unmute yourselves and let me know that you do hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, and there's Dee Dee.
Yes, I can hear.
Very good. Thank you. Well, again, congratulations on all of your accomplishments. You all are so inspiring, and we appreciate you taking the time in the middle of the day to share your stories and your experience with us. Today, we're really here to learn from you. We'd love to hear about, everything that you've accomplished up until today and what's next for each of you as you continue down the road on your path. So I'm going to have specific questions that I address to each of you, but certainly if anyone else wants to chime in on a particular question, just let me know. I'll start with you, Amanda. What
Sure.
recent accomplishments are you most proud of?
Let me make sure here. Yeah, I guess my most recent accomplishment that I'm proud of would have to be getting promoted to sales technician here at Seats Incorporated. I started as a customer service representative and worked my way up to becoming a sales technician. This new role was very challenging at first, but I didn't give up. And now I'm training employees. I get to travel. I'm receiving wage compensation for all my hard work. And I do feel very appreciated here in the company. Seats is a great place to work. They're family owned. We have our own on-site clinic, and they've been very flexible through these hard times with virtual learning, for my children. So
Help you transition. And I would say I'm a big supporter that I think everyone at some point in their career journey should work in restaurant or in retail, because I think developing that customer service mindset, whether it's for internal customers or external customers, is so very important. And I'm sure that that foundation of having that customer service belief really has led to some of the success that you've experienced now at your employer and Seats and the recent promotion that you received. So thank you. Amy, let's turn it over to you. What kept you motivated through your transition period, the challenges or the barriers that you were experiencing as you wanted to move into respiratory therapy?
Well, I pretty much made a hash of my life, really struggling with a lot of really big issues that made I never finished anything. I wasn't a person of my word. I wasn't reliable. I wasn't accountable. I was not a good employee when I was able to work. And when I started, another woman who'd gone back to school just really, and I should go back. And I thought I thought it was silly, like me, go to school. I don't finish school. I don't finish anything. And so having that as a basis, and then just knowing that I was supported finally. I mean, I was supported initially, not so much by family until they began to see a lot of change, but really felt supported by the resources of the college. And as I moved closer to my goals, I began to get excited. And after 4 years, I was 8 weeks away from graduation, and I was told that I would have to repeat the year. So, and I just knew that I wouldn't be able to look at myself or be an example to my children if I were to quit. So part of it was like ego, right? To want to to finish this, part of it was absolute necessity. Here I am in my 50s. I have nothing. I needed to finish. And yeah, so support my family, just knowing that I had it in me. The closer I kept getting, the more I knew that I could, as long as I reached out for help and used the resources. So yeah.
Well, thank you. That's, those are incredibly personal thoughts to share with us. And I'm sure that having achieved this milestone not only is impacting you professionally, but really is sending a ripple throughout your life, that you've now shown yourself that you can do it, that you can complete things. And thank you for sharing that. And we're so happy that we and our partners were able to be part of that journey to help you get there. Dee Dee, how about you? You've had some different challenges over the course of your life. What is it that kept you motivated through some of those to keep on going?
What kept me motivated was just the hunger for success, because most of my life I've been struggling, whether it's not knowing where I'm going to sleep next or having to go broke for a week or more until my next paycheck. So just wanting success just keeps me going, and not wanting to live this way, basically.
That's great, knowing that there's something better, something else that's out there waiting for you. That's great. Manuel, looking at what you've accomplished, if you could look back and tell yourself something, what would you tell yourself now that you've gotten to where you are today? Oh, and now we see you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Just getting more involved. Like, don't shy away from opportunities. Like, the more you get involved, the more like you start learning from yourself. And I should have told myself that before, because there was a whole bunch of opportunities that were in front of me, but sometimes I'd like shy away and not actually go towards the opportunities. But yeah, I would tell myself just go forward to opportunities, because if you go towards those opportunities, you're more prepared for the future, and that will help you in the future. So that's my thought on that.
And I know you were a first generation college student, so I'm sure your family is very proud. Do you have younger siblings or younger cousins that are now looking to you as an example that you can share that kind of seize the opportunity message with?
I think most of my younger brothers, now that they see I've accomplished like a really hard goal that was part of my family. It was really because none of my parents or my grandparents ever graduate from college. So when they saw me graduate from college, they were more like inspired to actually go towards that goal. And knowing that I graduated, they'll be more motivated to see that, oh, hey, my older brother graduated. Why can't I graduate? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it motivated them more to do so.
That's great. So not only a success for you, but likely a success that's going to ripple into others that are close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Amanda, is there anyone that inspired you or really helped you along the way as you were wanting to start making some change?
Yeah. Tracy Carbonara, she actually works with the WorkSmart network now at the Sauk County Job Center. Mm-hmm. We've been friends and coworkers for years at the restaurant, and she's always been one of my biggest fans. Well, she talked me into enrolling into the Office Essentials Academy. So we took it together. We helped each other along the way. And she graduated and went on to gain employment at the job center, and I was still searching for my dream job. So I would get discouraged, and she would say, oh, you have so many talents and potential, just keep looking. And so that really helped me. And then she was able to help me build my resume, help me in my job search, and eventually, it led to my new career. So yeah, I mean, I'm just very grateful for her and everybody at the Work Smart Network.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's always nice to hear that when our system as a whole is really impacting change and doing what they can do. So thank you for sharing that. Amy, how about you, as we're looking at kind of this sense of appreciation and who's made a difference? Is there anyone that really made that impact on you that you want to send a thank you to for helping support you?
Well, I agree with Amanda. WorkSmart was absolutely incredible. And the connections I made at the college, the WorkSmart helped me get the job in the Student Achievement Center, and the tutoring and the support that you get working in a support center, right, to go on with your goals. But oh my goodness, when I took my quarter exam and the faculty talked to me about having to repeat the year, literally the first place I went was to the WorkSmart office to talk with my worker and Megan Sievers and all the people that worked with me during that 5 years. I mean, they were more than just, they were friends, right? They were friends, they were confidants. They helped me with resumes, with interviewing, with everything. I absolutely would not be here without the skills that they were helping me build. So
that's great. Another big shout out to WorkSmart and the system of all of these different players that are separate but connected in really working together to bring outcomes like you're all sharing with us today. So thank you for that, Amy. Manuel, along the way, you've been in school, you were working, trying to juggle both. And is there anything that you think you learned along the way through some of I know you shared the seize the opportunity, but what else did you learn along the way that you think you're going to carry with you into the future?
I think two things. I learned that I can accomplish certain things as long as I put like the time and effort into doing those things. I also learned that stuff happens and you just got to move forward and look to the positives from it. One favorite quote that I have is from Bruce Lee, and he says, life itself is your teacher and you are in a state of constant learning. So you're constantly learning of things, even if they're bad or negatives or positive, you're constantly learning from them. So
yeah, it's a journey, isn't it? We're always learning from whatever comes next around the corner.
Yeah.
Dee Dee, your sense of optimism and knowing that there's something better that was out there, that's a contagious attitude. Knowing how far you've come, what's next? What's your goal? What's your dream? Where should we watch for you to be aiming next?
Well, my goal and dream is to attend esthetician school so I can become an esthetician and open up a relaxation and wellness spa. And also I want to eventually buy an apartment complex so it can be designed for age out of foster care youth, so it'll be that way for them to, get on their feet, because it was so hard for me when I aged out and stuff. So yeah.
That's both are admirable goals, but I think really that compassion of understanding the challenges that others are facing and wanting to be part of that solution is very, very impressive. So thank you, Dee Dee, and we'll be watching for updates on your future success. And Amy, Amanda, oh, go ahead, Dee Dee. No?
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Amy, Amanda, or Manuel, do any of you have anything that you'd like to share about kind of what's next down your path, goals, dreams, where you hope things go from here?
I could say something.
Okay.
Just like in the future, I would like to keep on learning about business, possibly get a bachelor's degree in marketing, and also probably open an e-commerce corporation with some friends and also help other people like out, help them because there's a whole bunch of people in my high school that didn't have like the opportunity that I had to go to college. Some of them were struggling with money, and then others were struggling with not knowing what college was. So I think just like probably going back to high school and then helping them out and teaching them what the aspects of college are, and teaching them ways in which they can apply for college, and as well as get help through such as like WorkSmart, help them out, and yeah. So
That's
they get,
great.
yeah.
Helping others. Amy, I see you just unmuted. Did you have something to share?
Oh, yeah. So I have found it interesting along the journey that somewhere along the way, instead of being a taker, that I've been able to become a giver, and to, I really live by that. There is no way I'm going to be able to pay off all of the favors and, you know, helping me raise my kids, and just over the years, all of the people who really, in retrospect, I see now, whether it was through tough love or anything else, have helped me get to where I am. And recently at work, somebody told me that everybody thought I was kind, and that's just not something that would have been said about me a few years ago. And so bringing that attitude of positivity and of service, you know, into my job and into the world and into my surroundings has, you know, knowing I'm useful. And yeah, I'm in a COVID ICU right now, and if you'd told me that that would be my future, I mean, my present is so much beyond anything that I could have dreamed, that I just love the opportunity to tell anybody, whether it's somebody working as, you know, one of the cleaners at work, and I just tell everybody, you have an opportunity, go back to school. If I can do it, you can do it. So.
That's great. What a message of hope and really positive impact that this has had on really all areas of your life. Amanda, I'll give you the last opportunity if you'd like to chime in on, you know, what's next down the road for you, or where you see things might be going.
Sure. Well, I hope to go back to school. They actually offer programs through my job now that they will pay for your schooling, as long as it's business oriented, or, you know, something along the lines that you're doing. So I'm excited about that. And just keep on working. There's so many opportunities just within the company and the community that, you know, that I can take advantage of now. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's great. And before we close off here, I just want to make sure that you all are aware that there were some chat messages coming through on the board. They're really just saying how inspiring you are. And thank you. I will echo this sentiment, that thank you for being so real and sharing what are very personal stories about you and kind of where you've been and what's next. And we are so very proud and inspired by your stories, your perseverance. These are challenging times, yet you have made it through and are really an inspiration. So we wish you all continued success and a happy 2021. So thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome the Workforce Development Board of South Central Wisconsin Chair-elect Frances Langer of Nestle Purina North America to announce the 2020 Champions in Action Award recipients. Frances?
Thank you, Laura, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. On behalf of the Workforce Development Board, I'm pleased to announce the two recipients of this year's Champions in Action Award. The Workforce Development Board has recognized companies and leaders with the Making a Difference Award since 1994. We rebranded the award in 2019 to Champions in Action to better express our gratitude and acknowledge the efforts of area businesses and community leaders dedicated to helping us assist individuals move into quality jobs and build workforce solutions. These awardees aren't just advocates for innovative workforce solutions, they're leaders in developing new strategies and actively implementing new practices. This year, we'll present two Champion in Action awards to those who have been instrumental in workforce development. Ann McNeary. Ann represents the board and serves as the AFL CIO Community Services Liaison for the United Way of Dane County. This year, she's been instrumental in supporting the board in the development of virtual rapid response sessions and employer testimonials to reach workers impacted by layoffs. As you're aware, this has been a challenging year with a record number of dislocations. Even with her busy schedule, Ann committed extra time to support the board more than 50 rapid response presentations to impacted workers across the region. Ann has also spearheaded the creation of flyers to display in food pantries and nonprofits to further promote the local resources available to workers and connect them to job centers throughout the region. Even after 7 years of service, Ann remains steadfast in her role as a member of the Workforce Development Board. She continues to support the innovation and capacity of initiatives to make a positive impact on our communities. Thank you for your partnership, Ann. Dawn Weber. Dawn represents Royal Printing and continues to be a strong partner to the Workforce Development Board. She starred in a new transferable skills testimonial video to help promote the resources and programs available through the workforce system to workers facing layoffs. Dawn has also stepped up to support the first ever drive-through job fair to help job seekers during the pandemic. She worked with her company to donate materials and support our media campaign to help promote the event. Dawn is an active and dynamic industry partner. She contributes regularly to the Made in Dane Manufacturing Network, bringing insight on talent needs and support for additional resources. More recently, she supported a grant application for technical training to support workers in the manufacturing realm. She's also helped to kickstart new initiatives like Hot Jobs and Guide Ed to help advance industry awareness and talent development needs. We appreciate Dawn's commitment and innovation to help the workforce system and its customers thrive. Thank you for your partnership, Dawn.
My name is Dawn Weber. I'm the Director of Human Resources at Royal Printing. I would like to just expound on how appreciative we are of our relationship with the Workforce Development Board. Just in general, there's a lot of initiatives that have been very successful for us, and we would not have been able to bring on some additional team members into our organization had we not had the assistance of, people like Jeff and others on his team. Examples of that would be, the initiatives and the efforts with Made in Dane, where we're getting out and we're reaching, students in middle school and in high school, and teachers and other staff at the schools, as well as parents, and really letting them know that there are really lucrative careers in the trades, and ones where students can come right out of high school and make a really nice earning and continue to advance as they grow in their career. We're also very appreciative of some of the creative initiatives throughout this pandemic. A lot of organizations would have just ceased doing job fairs, whereas they were able to arrange the drive-through career fair, which really brought in some talent into our organization and heightened some interest from individuals that would not have known about our organization. So as much as we're so grateful for the award and the recognition for the employer side of the business, we're very, very grateful for all the assistance that we get, from the development board as well. So thank you for everything that you do.
In closing, this year more than ever, we wanted to highlight and celebrate the successes that stem from collaboration. If it wasn't for the strength of our relationships and networks, we wouldn't have the impact we do. We thank you for being partners in this work. We know that our work isn't done. We will continue to persevere and innovate to create more success in the coming year. With that, thank you for joining us in this year's celebration. Congratulations to all the award recipients. We wish you all a safe and happy holiday season.